Hey guys, today we're going to be hooking up the Boss TGS1100 Tailgate Spreader onto the 350, and we'll be testing, see how my new torpedo heater does. Usually I have it sitting over here blowing in this way, but I'll put it back there because we're going to open up the shop door, back the 350 in here. I'm just waiting for the GoPro to charge because I left it on somehow last night. So anyway, let's start getting things set up and hook this tailgate spreader up, make sure it's all working. We have not a salt event coming in or an ice event coming in tonight, so we'll probably have to go out and do some of our more zero tolerance type properties in the morning. Let's get to it. Alright, so to open this salter, I had to turn my heater off. It's just too loud. You just have these rubber tongs or toggles, whatever you want to call them, handles. Go ahead and take the lid off. My lid decides to of course I start doing something with one hand. That's when things start getting tangled up. I'm just going to set the lid over to the side. So this is the hitch that the tailgate spreader uses. Just a regular pin. Put this back in. Oh, I'm trying to get as many shots as I can because it was pointed out to me that I don't always show everything. So some of this I'll be doing with one hand. I'm sure everyone knows how to put a hitch in. I decided to spray everything down with surface shield, just because it's going to get salty. A little bit of rust build up in there anyway. When you put your hitch on, you want the hook down here. Might as well spray that up too. And now we'll grab the salter and bring it over. I do believe the wheels are an option. I got the wheels, so you can grab it just like a hand truck and move it over to your truck. It makes the world a whole lot easier doing this by yourself. We're going to be setting this piece right onto this hook, and then when we lift it up, this hole here, this pin will latch into. Let's pull the power cord out of there, so that's out of our way. Let's put this guy in there. Like I said before, it's just like a hand truck. You just lift it back, and then you just keep leaning back until you can go right into that. And then you just lift it up. Now, my pucks are already set for the height of my bumper. As you can see, I'm just holding this with one hand up here, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not heavy. But once you get this up, sometimes this is a little bit easier with 2 people, but it's still plenty doable. So now once you're up like this, then you grab your straps and you take them over to your bumper. Alright, so that's really all there is to it. These 2 ratchet straps. I do not have the plastic on my bumpers, so I've hooked it in these holes before, but there's plenty of spaces on a bumper to hook. So once you get your spreader up, then this guy, you just kick it back underneath. Now it's out of the way. So you can see this is in the unlocked position. So we want to move this. Oh, now that's in the way. This little red tag here is just to release your wheels. Sorry, my finger's in the way there. I'm just trying to there. Trying to get it over without being caught on everything. There. So now I move that over to lock. You've seen how the pull handle dropped in, and now this is latched. So I don't know if I can get a shot of it, but this bar has went through the hole on the hitch. So this guy is fully secured onto the truck. You see how there's a little bit of tilt to the truck. That just helps gives me distance when I spread. You can change all this. You can change your puck tightness with this nut. Pull these, change up and down if it doesn't fit your truck where it's at. So here's one of the things that when I had this installed, this is my connection underneath my truck. So I can reach it pretty good when I'm in here in the shop because I can lay down. The shop's going to be dry. Or I can lay cardboard down if not. But they did not give me very much slack at all to play with this. So I just put a little bit of dielectric grease in here. So now this, it's hard to move stuff around with one hand, so I just weave it up behind the deflector here. This is definitely going to be a two-hander. Let me see if I can get the GoPro on that. So, like I said, when he hooked this up, he did not give me a whole lot of room to play with, so I really am going to try not to be in the camera's way. But it's just a basic. I'm going to put so much goop in there I can't see what I'm doing. Okay. This is probably the worst part about this install is the way they put this in here on me. And I know he was just trying to keep everything out of the way, but my goodness. Alright, there we go. I just can't. Literally, that This connection is the hardest part about putting this whole thing on for me. So let's see if we got power. So there we go. I've got it set at 5. It's spinning. Boss TGS1100. I'm not going to put any salt in the back of the truck. I've got to dig it out. My salt's actually back in the back corner pile. I haven't, we just started moving things over to winter, or the shop, moving the shop over to the winter setup. So let me turn this stuff off and pull this truck out and turn the heat back on in here. Alrighty, so there you go. Boss TGS1100 all hooked up, ready to rock and roll. Just need to put some salt in it and get some salt on the ground, start making some winter money.